also back with Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful. That's right. Look at that nice sky. Atlanta, Georgia. Ooh, that light's no good. So today is August the 4th, 2024. And on a couple videos ago, I had mentioned that I have 2 other YouTube channels. And I was going to tell you about those 2 channels if you wanted to go and check them out. I said I would if I got, you know, people that seemed like they were interested, and there was quite a few comments about wanting to know what they were. So I'm going to tell you about the 2 channels. They have nothing to do with lawn care. And I looked this up. I went back and I have my first channel, my original channel that I had on YouTube is called Diesel World. I still post to that channel. That channel is 17 years old. Okay, so I have been posting videos. I have almost 600 videos on there. I started that channel out when I was doing Mercedes diesel cars. I was repairing them. I had tons and tons of videos on that. I ran a website called dieselgiant.com where I sold Mercedes parts. I had tons of, and it's still there if you want to go and view it. If you're into Mercedes, TDIs, Jetta TDIs, Dodge diesels, things like that. It was pretty much more focused to the German diesel stuff, but that was back when the I don't know if you guys remember about how many people were starting to do the grease cars, where they would go and get used fryer oil, filter it, and then run it in the Mercedes diesels. Now, the Mercedes diesels are probably the best passenger car diesels ever made. That was right at a time, this was the early 2000s. That was a time when those cars were starting to be sold. They started coming on the market used, and the advantage of those cars are they were extremely durable. They used early 1960s technology, so they were extremely easy to work on if you knew what you were doing. Almost everything on the car was rebuildable, and there was a zillion of them around, and they were owned by very wealthy people because they were like a $30,000 car in the 80s, which was a huge amount of money, and they kept them up. They were made of really good materials, and there was just a ton of them out there, and people started to say, hey, you know, because a diesel engine will burn used motor oil, transmission fluid, diesel fuel, chicken grease, fryer grease, anything like that, as long as it's filtered. And so there was a craze back then about people, and there was companies that popped up that did diesel conversions and stuff like that. So me and one of my friends at church, he had somebody he knew at Chick-fil-A, and we ran my diesel Mercedes on Chick-fil-A grease for years. And it literally, when you were behind me, it smelled like Chick-fil-A cooking chicken. It smelled like what it was cooked in, and it worked fine. The problem was that people found out later that the lubricity of fryer grease is not the same as diesel fuel, even though it burned it no problem, and it wiped out a lot of the injection pumps. And because of those things are so expensive to actually, some of the parts on the car are really expensive. A lot of those cars went to the junkyard. But anyway, so that's what my channel started with. I've got tons of dirt bikes. There's hobbies that I have. You guys, you know, I've never mentioned it on the channel, but I've ridden dirt bikes since I was 10 years old, and I have tons and tons of videos. I have a GoPro mounted. I've got some good wrecks on there. All this is dirt, right? Not street stuff. And then I started posting all kinds of different repair videos, how to do whatever, right? My background is automotive. I used to work for a BMW dealership. I worked for a Cummins engine dealership here in Atlanta, and I have a lot of hundreds of videos on that channel. I've got some detailing videos, and then I think I may have some mower videos on there before I started my Gwinnett Lawns channel, but it's mostly automotive. That's the first channel, and I'm going to put a link in the description to both of these channels, the latest video I had. The other channel that I had was It's called Ninth Gen Accord. Ninth Gen Accord. If you're familiar with Honda Accords, when the 9th generation came out, I had one of those. I had an actual manual 6-speed, and I did tons and tons of videos on that. One of my hobbies is car detailing, and I have hundreds and hundreds of videos on all kinds of detailing. A lot of it is mostly paint related. I did tests for years on different car soaps. I've done tons and tons of them. So if you're into car detailing, things like that, or the Accords, it's not just for the Accords, it's for any cars, but that channel was one that I started. That channel has 414 videos right now, and it's 9 years old. Started that channel 9 years ago. So both of those channels have a lot of good videos if you're related. I've got a bunch of them on my Doberman Pinschers that I've had and stuff like that. So completely, totally out of the lawn care universe, has nothing to do with that. Now, for the last several years, I discovered that some of my videos do better on one of the other channels. So what I started doing for the last couple of years is when I did a video for the Diesel World channel, I would also post it on the 9th Gen Accord, because it seemed like those guys really liked those videos too. Like, I have a ton of videos on repairing of the Chevy truck, the Tundra. I've had probably, I don't know, 60 or 70 cars. Box truck repair, stuff like that, I would never post that to the Gwinnett Lawns channel because I don't think people would care about that. But anyway, so for the last couple of years, almost the same videos. So if you'll go back older, if you want to watch, just go and search the channel. But there's a lot of good stuff on there. And I still post the majority of videos that I do. They get posted to those channels, not the Gwinnett Lawns channel. I think on one of the channels, I think the Diesel World channel, I've got like 28,000 subscribers, and the 9th Gen Accord maybe 17,000, and I've got, I don't know, 6,000 something on Gwinnett Lawns. But Gwinnett Lawns is much more focused, and I try only to post stuff that is applicable to, obviously, lawn care. So I will post links to both of those two channels, and if you want to go check them out, feel free to do so. I do have another channel. It was Jeep JK Wrangler. I'm not going to post that on here right now, but it was, I used to have a Jeep Rubicon, and when I got that, I had tons and tons of videos on those. Mostly my stuff is geared towards how to fix and repair, maintain, things like that. So anyway, I've got tons of videos if you guys want to check them out. I appreciate the interest in that. And now let's talk about the box truck. So this is an example of a video that I would not and will. I don't know if I'm going to post it on the Gwinnett Lawns channel. So here's the problem. As you can see, the grill is off. The box truck is having some air conditioning problems. My background, I also have an HV. I went to school for air conditioning, and I am going to be replacing the evaporator and the expansion valve on the Isuzu. I've got vacuum recovery machine, or refrigerant recovery machines, vacuum machine, and so I do stuff strictly by the book. And I would say if I took this into the dealership, they would probably charge me close to $2,000 to fix what I'm going to fix. The parts for this, maybe $300 plus my time. Now, I absolutely love doing air conditioning, absolutely love it. But I'm going to tell you guys a secret. There's more money in lawn care than in air conditioning. But I like it. I mess around with air all the time as a hobby. I'm going to rebuild the entire air conditioning system on the Chevy. So there's going to be tons and tons of videos, but that's not stuff that would get posted to the Gwinnett Lawns channel. So if you are interested in that stuff and you want to know when videos come out, just subscribe and you'll know. But I am waiting on the O-rings for the expansion valve for the Isuzu. My goal, if it's not raining, is to start the process of repairing that probably Thursday or Friday. I'll start shooting the video. I have to rip half of the dash apart, take the airbox apart, the blower motor, all that to get to the little expansion valve. And then I'm going to replace the condenser and all that. So I've already got videos on diagnosing how I knew the expansion valve was bad. And I've got some other stuff on that channel, the latest videos. I will be doing, I have a, this air works, but the compressor's super noisy. This is a 1989 year truck, and it's got the original compressor, original condenser, everything's original on it, and it still works. It blows out nice and cold. However, it is super noisy, and the compressor's really loud, and it's gonna fail at some point. So I have a new compressor, I have a new condenser. It still is running R12 too, if you know anything about refrigerant. So I'm going to be converting it to 134A, and it should be able to blow out just as cold as the R12. So, and then nothing's wrong with the Tundra. It's fine. And Toyotas don't break. Anyway, so I'm gonna just let you guys, if you want to take a look at the channels and subscribe to them, please be my guest. And if you have any questions, you know, as always, I have a lot of videos on this channel about how to fix all your lawn equipment. I seem to gravitate towards that. So if you've got questions, whatever, on how to do stuff like that, you know, post them and I'll try to help you, because you can save a lot of money instead of taking it to your dealer. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys are having a great day. It's going to be super hot. We've got that Hurricane Debbie that's in Florida. I don't know if we're going to get any rain from that this coming week. I hope not, because we're done with the rain. I just need it to be dry for a while, a week or so, because it's very stressful when you're having to dodge the rain, as a lot of people know that are it's in the southeast. So anyway, guys, thank you very much, and I will talk to you on the next video.